And
3, 2, 1. Wow, you managed to smack the mic. Hello and welcome to the Joe Hendry Show. This is rather exciting. We're here with our brand new setup. You may be watching this on YouTube, you may be listening to this, but we now have professional audio and professional video. It's taken us a year to
professional
get here.
lighting.
And professional lighting. It makes a huge difference.
It's like we're an actual podcast now.
It's night and day.
We're not just three guys in a room with a 1080p camera.
Well, we are.
With one mic.
Well, we are three guys in a room, so that's one
true.
of that list.
That's true.
We are streaming, even though that's a 4K camera, just for a run through. It's on it 1080p.
It
so
still
the only
looks
thing
significantly better
it does.
than the other one.
It does, yes. It does, yes. But
and we have three microphones.
We do,
which is a massive.
That's the big difference.
God, remember we started off without a mic. We had one.
No, we did. It was just in the middle.
Yeah. We had one mic in the middle. Yeah.
Sometimes I would bring my mic.
Do you know? Like I remember the first one, the amount of editing that it took for me. I was messing around with plugins and all this to try and make it sound passable with one microphone, and it was almost impossible. But we have now made it to YouTube land. So I don't even know what number of episode this is.
It was 23, I think.
No, well, that's what we record. That's what.
How many are we
there's another. This I would say this is either episode 26 or 27. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
We made a backlog again.
We do have a backlog. We do have a backlog. So actually, to be fair, I do apologize because I haven't uploaded in 13 days.
Far.
Which just because you know what it's like. We got the dogs. We got the Snoop.
I don't really understand that.
That's true.
It's weird how like having a puppy literally it's like having a baby.
It is.
Like you're 24/7 care.
Yep.
Apart from when they sleep 90% of the time.
Yes. Ours doesn't sleep 90% of the time.
Really?
It pisses me off.
Tyler still sleeps like crazy.
See, that's like...
He'll run around like mad for like 15 minutes and he'll just pass out.
See, the thing that we were talking about there is basically we think my dog might have like the strain that whippets can get that makes them like super jacked.
Yeah, just Google like super jacked whippet.
Yeah, it's called Wendy. It's called Wendy the Whippet, and it literally
it's
is
so funny.
You'd be forgiven for thinking it was a bear. But
so,
anyway,
well, they first have to Google just what an adult whippet looks like.
Yes,
because you
to
need
get
that
the context. You need the context, yeah. But anyway, we've got to give the sponsors some love. So first up, it is Fight Forever Wrestling. These shows are coming up soon, and I am looking forward to it. They're the UK's newest promotion, Fight Forever Wrestling, and they're going to hold their debut tour this December with 4 incredible events. I'll tell you what Jake's not going to do, stand on the plastic while I'm reading out the ad, because that would be super annoying.
It's in the way.
Well, flick it away or whatever.
What is it?
But you told me not to stand on it.
For God's sake, man.
Anyway, we're in the middle of a read here. Fight Forever Wrestling will hold their debut tour this December with 4 incredible events. There's Phenomena at Prism Nightclub, Birmingham on the 6th of December, Deep Red at York Hall, London on the 7th, Inferno at Action Indoor Sports Bristol on the 8th of December, and Trauma at Ventum Olympia Liverpool on the 9th of December. This is a wrestling tour with a difference. Fight Forever Wrestling are promising the ultimate fan experience. You'll get live wrestling with a stacked roster, including myself, the American Nightmare Cody and Brandy Rhodes, Jimmy Havoc, Flip Gordon, Kaylee Ray, Viper, Zach Gibson, Travis Banks, and many more from WOS, Impact, and WWE UK. But there's more. You'll also get the award-winning Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard live with both Bruce and Conrad Thompson. I nearly got through that. There was a little stumble there.
You did all right.
You did well.
I did okay. Thank you.
We'll give you that one.
Thank you. When the show's finished, the party continues, hosted by WWE Hall of Famer The Godfather. So join us in Birmingham on the 6th and Bristol on the 8th for The Godfather's Pimpin' Party. If you're attending the London show on the 7th or Liverpool on the 9th, The Godfather will transform into his terrifying alter ego, Papa Shango, for Papa Shango's Voodoo Party. Ticket packages are available at fightforeverwrestling.com. There you go.
Nice.
And next,
Solid.
I believe they were our first
gotta
sponsor.
swipe a lot.
They are our first or second sponsor, but they are Beer 52. How would you like to try a free case of craft beer? Well, as a listener to our show, we'd like to thank you for listening with the help of our friends at beer52.com. Just go to beer52.com/Hendry to claim a free case. That's the word beer, number 52.com. Beer 52 is the world's most popular monthly craft beer discovery club, searching out incredible and exclusive small batch craft beers from the world's greatest breweries and bringing them back for their members. There's a whole world of craft beer, a whole new world of craft beer out there, and this is your chance to get on board with discovering it every month. Focuses on a new country or theme.
You're quite forever going to be asking for their money back.
I know.
If you're not giving them this.
And if you sign up now, you'll get the chance to try your case. Only pay for the postage, it's just £2.95. 8 incredible craft beers, Ferment magazine and a snack, delivered with free next day shipping. It's a no-brainer and there's no minimum commitment. Take the free case, try the free beers and see what you think. If it is not for you, pause or cancel. Beer 52 has a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. So easy to see why the members love this service. Just visit beer52.com/Hendry to claim your free case today. You can't argue with that.
Gotta give you the applause for that.
Do you know what? Just
give
before
you a golf clap for that.
do you know?
Crime.
Do you know? Before we move on, I want to let you guys hear something funny, and it's basically my favorite rendition of A Whole New World, from Peter Andre and Katie Price.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that.
And my favorite thing about this is like
It
you
sounds
can just,
familiar.
You can just tell they've gone to the studio and gone, whatever, we'll just lay down the track. We'll do it. It'll take half an hour, no problem. Yeah, and it's just like my favorite bit is when Peter Andre goes, whole new pause world. And it's like he thinks he can mess with the song. It's like, yeah, I'll put a little spin on it.
like,
I'll put a little
did he
Andre on it.
start?
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Oh, this will get us off YouTube. First video.
Yeah.
Take it off YouTube.
Yeah, dude, the copyright.
Get off, Peter.
Legally, you can play.
If
What is
there's
it?
anything we know about Pete is that he's on that YouTube.
He's on the YouTubes.
He's looking out for anyone stealing his music.
He is.
Because there's a lot of people trying
Can
to
you
steal
imagine
his
that
music.
if we got a copyright strike for literally the first video that goes up?
Mate, what was Article 13 push going about, man? You might end up with a.
Yeah,
Never know.
Just put it down.
No.
Just put it down. It's gonna sound really bad on the mics anyway.
There we go.
You're disrupting the podcast.
There we go. What's that? World.
You gotta do the old double taparoo.
I know. Get lost, Peter Andre.
Then he start. Yeah, shit. What does he do now? Does he still do stuff? What does he do?
No, I mean, I can appreciate that he puts in a shift. He
Tries. He tries
does.
hard, but it's
Does
like
he?
I don't know.
What's he doing though?
I don't know, like appealing to middle-aged women somehow.
Does he still release music?
Imagine do you know, nowadays, given how big wrestling is, it would not be out with the realms of possibility for Peter Andre to make his pro wrestling debut.
Not
Mate.
at all.
Mate,
In fact,
why not?
I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner.
That's. Yeah, I could see that. Mate. Comes in as a manager, something like that. He could be a good villain.
No. Straight up. Brawler.
A
Straight
brawler.
up brawler.
like,
Straight up
Brock
brawler.
Lesnar.
No
Take
nonsense.
Stone
Like-
Cold's gimmick and just put it on
Yeah,
Peter Andre.
exactly. And that's the bottom line. Because Peter Andre said so. No, it would be, that's the bottom line. Guys, I gotta tell you a story.
Go for it.
I remember this. I don't know why I've never told it on the podcast before.
Oh Christ!
But this was when I remember me and Johnny, me and our cousin Johnny, we were inseparable as kids, right? And you know, we basically were I think a few months apart in age. So we got to about, it was when you could first get your own email, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember, now I just want to check
Big
something
times.
real quick before I say something here, and I just want to make double sure something here. 2 seconds, folks. I know, but I'm going to give you a good reason why. In a second. I just need to double check something. Okay, because it involves the Olsen twins, right?
Well, this is already going.
What? How does this involve the Olsen?
I'll tell you. Oh, okay, so they're 2 years older than me, so that's okay. I can say.
Okay.
They're 2 years older than you.
Now I know what sort of direction this is going to go in.
So I was, because I remember.
I thought they were like my age.
No, when I was a kid, I was like, we watched the Olsen twins show, and
had a show?
So, yeah, they did. They had a show
thought
back
you
in the
said
day.
What was it called?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The Olsen twins.
Because they were
show.
in some sitcom, weren't they?
Yeah, they were involved. They were around when Nickelodeon was being really creepy.
They're not in Full House or something.
Still is.
Yeah.
As long as Dan Schneider is on the loose.
Oh, who's it that did that song about him?
Pink guy, Filthy Frank.
Filthy Frank.
Yeah.
So
Nickelodeon girls.
So
great
basically,
song.
what happens is I remember when me and Johnny are kids, we were like, Ken, what? Why can we not just ask them out on a date? Why no? I've always been told you got to value yourself high. You got to shoot for the stars.
Yeah, it was
And they're
definitely
like,
what you were
right.
saying rather than Johnny. Yeah.
Could do it, man.
So basically, and here's the thing: Johnny was just like had all the luck in the world as a kid. I never got any girls. He got all the attention. He got everything. I was like, but this time it's a fresh start. Mary Kate and Ashley didn't know anything about us. I could make a good impression. They didn't know I'm an absolute dweeb. But I can make a good impression. So the first thing that happens is we decide, right? What's the as a kid? What do you think's the logical way to get in touch with Mary Kate and Ashley?
Try and
Olsen?
find them in the phone book.
Well, that we tried that first. Obviously, it's not going to work, right? But basically, what
Turns
we
out they
did,
do not have a UK address.
Turns out the Olsen
you.
twins aren't in the yellow pages.
so this is what we do, right? So I
The top.
first of all we have the debate of who's taking
Who's getting who?
who's getting who, and Johnny shoots straight for Mary Kate. Right, and I'm like, I don't know if he's got some ulterior motive. I don't know if he knows something that I don't know at this point. But I'm like, why is he so keen on Mary Kate?
I know, I was gonna say, that
maybe
sounds
I
a bit-
want Mary Kate now because he's so keen for Mary Kate.
gonna
But
say-
then I thought, you know what? They're twins. You know what I mean? Like they're genetic twins.
Are they
So-
identical
Don't
or are
be
they like
twinnists.
slightly different?
No,
Don't
I'm
be
not.
twinist.
I'm not. I'm just saying. But for
Twins are different people, Joe. Okay?
of course they are.
Twins
of course
have their
they are.
own unique-
But I'm just saying, in terms, it's. No, I know that, but just in
People.
terms of looks, they look pretty similar. So I'm like, I'll take Ashley. So then we devise this genius plan of this is how we're going to get in touch with them. We both fired up our emails. It was like, right, I want to send my email first.
Wait. What was your email?
Oh, good to
Oh,
yeah.
it's, I think it's probably actually it might even still be the same one.
Really?
Yeah, because it probably was Hotmail.
Wow. Okay.
So I
was expecting AOL or something.
It might be an AOL to be honest with you, but like so we decided.
Billy Big Boss 88 at
So we decided to email them, and it was like, right, Ashley at AOL.com.
So you didn't even find out their email.
No, absolutely not. I think we just went Ashley Olsen at AOL.com, and so I sent mine. I was like, I love you, baby, right? And then,
Dude, if that's still the same email address, do you still have
I
these
need to
emails
check
somewhere?
this. I'm gonna have
In
to
your
check.
mind, you're like, "Pff, what a player.
I know, and I remember.
He's
So Johnny was like Mary Kate Olsen at AOL.com. All right, Hen, how's it going? Right. So we send it off.
Wait, how
And
old
then-
would you have been here?
Wow,
I was gonna
don't
say,
know,
yeah.
like primary school. Primary school, right?
Okay. I'm not going to say anything too.
Yeah.
Old enough to be able to
As
get
we
an
said,
email
it's
address.
old enough to be on the piss yourself register, not old enough to be at high school. But I remember then I get a reply.
Oh God!
And I'm going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, ha ha ha. Ashley also likes me. So I go on it, and all it is like,
It's Mary Kate.
it's like, it's like undeliverable. This email does not exist.
Oh.
And then Johnny's like, wait. Oh, I burped just to say that.
Yeah, thanks for doing that in my direction.
So Johnny then goes, wait, and I'm like, that's Bill. I'm going to email Mary Kate as well. And he's like, you can't. We decided I was getting Mary Kate. So it's like, man, Joe says he's going to email Mary Kate as well. And as you can imagine, it was just, now boys, come on. You've both picked an Olsen twin. Be fair.
Just like completely going along with it. Like,
Yeah, I know.
That's brilliant.
I remember my mum could be quite gullible with stuff like that. I gotta be careful because she's listening to the podcast. But I remember me and my mum used to
Sup,
send
Joe's
off all that crap when it would be like, "You've won $1 million." We'd be like, I remember we got this thing in the post, but it was like, "See if you send this off, you get like this priceless gem in the post." So we sent off for it, and we got like this wee crappy stone that came through.
Fucking
But
yodel delivered.
I remember one time I got a pop-up ad in high school, and this is first year. This is
Christ.
but this is before we understood the internet, and it was like, you've won a free trip to New York, and I was like, Mum, we've won a trip to New York.
You're like, Johnny, get your glad rags, mate. We're going to see the Olsens.
So there you go. There you go.
Nice.
Oh, that's brilliant, man. That's brilliant. If they reach out, that'd be funny. If they heard,
You know
this
what?
podcast. I heard that they're avid fans of this podcast.
I've heard they listen.
I've heard that they're avid fans. I don't know about Elizabeth Olsen. She's pretty famous.
99.99% chance that
Did
they
you
do
say
listen.
Elizabeth Olsen?
Yeah, she's another Olsen. Yeah,
There's another Olsen?
yeah.
Not
What?
one of the twins.
She's not one of the twins, but is she related? Yeah.
I think
don't know. You're the one that's
Mate, she's
remember this Elizabeth
Mate,
Olsen.
she plays,
all of a
mate,
sudden.
she's in all the Marvel movies, bro.
Mate, this
She's
is
the most successful Olsen twin, I think.
oh my God,
Olsen
this is
sister.
blowing my mind.
What
This
does
is
she
like this is
play?
like finding the fourth
Scarlet
island
Witch
Grand
in
Theft
all
Auto.
the Marvel movies.
Okay.
So she was in like Infinity War and shit.
Right.
So she's pretty successful.
Oh, fair
So
enough.
there you go, mate. So
I don't think the twins are doing very much right now.
what do they do now? Mary Kate, Ashley, if you're out there, please reach out. Let us know what's happening.
Recovering.
Yeah, like most child stars.
They just got your
there's
email and are like, "Who
there's
the
a-
fuck's this?"
There's a set path for child stars when they get later in life.
What's she called?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth.
She's not. She's a sister, but she's not one of the twins.
Right, let's have a look.
Can't have
God, you're right.
Oh, it's almost,
email.
it's almost like a kid.
And she's 29, so you see what she's done, right? The Olsen parents have just gone, right, okay, we've had our first run through. That wasn't as successful
Oh,
as
so
could
she's
be.
the younger one.
Yeah, she's
Right.
the younger one, and she's like,
only
"Oh, thanks for
29.
that." So they've probably learned the lessons
She's
from
successful,
her and then
29.
passed on. There you go.
Mate, she's doing alright for 29. She's pretty successful.
Not bad.
Probably multi-millionaire by now.
Yeah, she's in the Marvel films. Yeah.
Mate,
I'd
she's
imagine
set
so.
for life. Set for life.
I'd imagine so. Congrats to her.
There you go.
you
Success, people.
So-
Success.
I love how like people listen to their favorite wrestlers because it's like, well, I like listening to this podcast to give me wrestling history, and I like listening to this podcast because it teaches me about how to be a pro. There's like, well, I like listening to the Joe Hendry show to hear about the Olsen twins. It's like,
The Olsen
Hear
twins
about how
lore.
you
Yeah.
and your cousin fought over which Olsen twin
The
you're gonna
deep
get.
Olsen twins lore.
and then
There's
what-
there's pages upon pages of it. There's a whole Bible of Olsen lore
And
to
then-
go through.
What was the last thing they did? Like, and at what point? Because clearly they're child.
so different.
Rehab.
Like they're child stars, right? But at what point does like do they go? So we'll just do another one of these movies, you know? Where because I know they did a ton of different movies where they went to like
you know,
Paris or
I'll,
whatever.
I'll tell you an
Yeah.
interesting fact. You know what got me thinking about that? Well, I was looking at a Did You Know Gaming, and I put up a fact about the South Park Game Boy game. Did you know that there was supposed
Yeah,
to
I
be
saw this.
there's supposed to be a South Park video game on the Game Boy, and they cancelled it because they were like, well, adults are only going to play this, so it's just going to be there's no point releasing it. So they took the assets from the South Park video game, exact same assets, just literally changed the character models and made it two Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen video games.
Hey, that's recycling. I'm
Yeah.
all down for that.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. If you're gonna scrap a project, there's nothing worse than like hundreds
Losing all
of
that work.
hours
Yeah.
of hardworking developers' time.
That was
going to waste.
literally like, I can imagine Nintendo are sitting there and they're like, right, we've got this. We've got Mario 2 in Japan, and it's too difficult. Americans and people in the West just aren't going to play this game. I mean, what we're going to do, guys? It's too hard. Well, I mean, we could do.
What are
we
the
did-
Americans like?
We could
are
do
they
what
like?
we did with South Park. We could South Park it. Like, nah, man, we can't do that. Well, there is this game, Doki Doki Panic. I mean, we could just South Park it and take that and
We could
Do you think
also
that's
do
gonna
the old
become a-
changeover,
do you
you
think
know?
that's like an industry term, South Parking it?
Dude, that's it. When you
Purely
South Park
'cause-
it, it's when you take what you were going to use and then you're just like, mate, I'll use it for something else.
It's like when someone says, "Oh, just South Park," it, and in regular context, it might mean,
Or are we
you know,
Olsen
take
in
the
it?
piss, or just don't care about the consequences. But in the game development world, that means asset flip. Well, not
Asset
asset flip. Sorry.
Recycling. I want to
assets.
know from people what other games are like, because I know there's another one. I know there's other ones where assets are very samey and they're very similar, like are built on the same engine, which are like completely different games.
Call
Devil
PUBG.
May Cry was supposed to be Resident Evil 4. And they were
Yeah,
like, nah,
really?
this is too different. We'll just make it a new game. So they just changed it to make it because they added in all this like crazy combat and they were like, nah, this just isn't Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's a totally different game.
Which is what they should have done with Resident Evil 5.
Yeah,
which is
instead
Resident
they're
Evil 5 is just like the racist game.
Which one's
Right.
that?
Okay.
Is that the one with the
Shiva is not white, and therefore it's okay.
But that it's
That's the main argument for it.
that's what they say. But
So
it is-
player 1 is racist. But
It's
player
a-
2 is kind of alright.
Is it Resident Evil 5 or is it Resident Evil 6 that's got like 3 different campaigns?
6. It's
Six.
terrible.
It's like one of them's like, survival horror, and you're going through this house. And the next one's like, Battlefield 5, mate.
Yeah, okay,
It never
so
goes well with multiple character stories.
I
we-
actually
did-
like the idea behind Resident Evil 6. So you have Leon's story, which is more traditional zombies.
Yep.
Yep.
You know,
Well,
save the
there's a story
president,
that doesn't have zombies.
blah blah blah. Well, let me keep going because you know that's more like Resident Evil 1, 2. You know, I mean, it's still Resident Evil 6, so it's still kind of actiony, and you know, there's a helicopter falling behind you, and you got to spam X to run away from it. And then you have Chris Redfield, which is more of a cover-based shooter. So it's more like Resident Evil 5, where like the enemies aren't really zombies, but they have like guns, and you start fighting in the streets and stuff. And then they have this new character, who I think is called Jake, who is like half infected. So, and then he fights basically Nemesis. It's not Nemesis, but he's similar to Nemesis. And the whole thing is him trying to fight and escape from this giant, tanky, mutant guy.
So what's the one which is basically Battlefield? Which one's
That's
that?
Chris Redfield's story.
Fuck
That's
you,
just
Chris
an action.
Redfield.
It's an action game.
I'm calling
It
you out,
sucks.
Chris Redfield.
Yeah. And to be honest, all three campaigns were awful.
But they all shit.
Why was it so bad? Why was it so bad?
Because
How could it go
just
so
wasn't
wrong?
fun. Like, there was no horror element. There was no suspense. It was just boring.
And
like,
how was Resident Evil 7?
I didn't play that. But
I've
apparently it's
heard
good.
that's the tits. I've heard that's like someone was saying that it's like a return to form, but there's also a VR version as well. Which
Yeah, I
apparently
don't
is
want to
really
play
terrible.
it unless it's VR.
I know, I'm
Really?
kind of in that.
I want to
I'm kind
get
of in that
VR
mood, yeah.
to play it because it looks unreal in VR.
Have you guys played VR games?
No.
I've never played a
I
VR game.
really want to.
Do you remember we were talking about like doing a like figure because there's people who have done it who can literally stream VR, but as if they are in it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's insane.
Well, what do you mean?
Like so, basically, like you see the actual person. So they stand in front of a green
Oh,
screen.
yeah,
and they're doing
yeah.
VR,
Some
but it's-
games have that,
Yeah,
like,
but it's like they're actually in the game.
Beat
if you stream
Saber.
it.
Beat
Yeah,
Saber has it.
dude.
You put a green screen up and they can project the game onto the green screen, and your position is with the position in the game.
That's
it's really
Dude,
really
that is
awesome.
boost.
I've seen some YouTubers do like Pictionary in VR with that. So like if you look in the computer for the audience, it literally looks like they're drawing it from like a third person
that's
perspective.
Cool. That's cool.
That's
which
nuts,
is really
man.
really cool.
That's insanity. But those things are what the cheapest VR headsets are what like.
So you're talking about
I think
$300.
I think the PSVR is the cheapest one.
But isn't that
And
also
it's about
like
250
average?
You
pounds
can't
or
use
something.
that for PC though, can
No.
you?
Nah, isn't that also very
Ooh.
average?
You can, but it's going to require about 48 hours of work and coding and downloading all these sketchy apps and stuff. But I watched a video
Which
where
we would
someone-
never advocate, guys. Do everything legally.
Well, here's something I always say, right?
VR responsibly.
See before Netflix. Like, how would you watch your films online and TV and stuff?
Well, obviously,
LSP.com.
obviously, I
Exactly.
would go to Blockbuster and get it legally, bro. I mean, what else would you do? God.
So obviously we wouldn't, but some people would stream illegally. Although actually streaming is not illegal.
No, it's not.
Uploading it is illegal. So
Distributing it,
torrenting
yeah.
is
Do
legal.
you know what I would watch wrestling
So
on?
seeding is
Justin
illegal.
TV. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I would do
Well, that's
Justin
Twitch.
TV.
Justin TV is now
Crick,
Twitch.
Crick Sport.
See if you get an email from somebody at Twitch, it's their name at justin.tv.
Dude, I swear to God, I remember. I don't know if it was the PS4 or the PS3 that experimented with it, but I'm almost convinced that when the PS4 first came out, it was still Justin TV, and you could stream on either Ustream. If you could do it's like live with PlayStation or whatever.
That would have been PS3.
Was it
I think
PS3?
It was Twitch by then.
So
yeah.
you can basically what you would do is you can get you can basically stream live through your PS3 or PS4, like pretty much what you would do here, but with like just your PlayStation. And if you had like a wee PlayStation camera, it would like
You
work
can
with
do
that.
that now on PS4.
Yeah,
you can do
but
it
you,
just for-
you could do it on PS2, I think, but it was Justin TV or Ustream that you could pick.
Yeah.
And I set up an account with both, and I was like, which one of these is any good, eh? And I couldn't, I had no idea. And then when I got to the PS4, it was like, oh, Justin TV's gone. I was
Do you
like,
remember
okay.
those webcams you could get for like the PS2?
Dude, I had
those
them.
PS2 games.
The iToy. Yeah, I had it.
Yeah, we never had them.
Dude, I had the iToy.
But
I loved it.
I had some friends who had one as well, and they were the
tits.
jankiest things ever. And it was just like such a weird like gimmick.
So you guys can't
toy.
see this out there, but we've literally got like proper professional lights here. That's what you would need during the day. During the day, by the way, like bright sunshine,
You're
2 in the
outside.
afternoon, to actually be able to like for this to register. And
Yeah.
also, if you just like went really close to the camera, you could cheat on all the games.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you became massive in the game. So if you had to, like,
just like,
hit a ninja, you know, you just put your head right into it. And
So
it's just
basically,
like,
fat people would have a massive advantage in this game.
yeah.
It's a bit like
But
goalkeeping, isn't
as
it?
you use it more, you get skinnier.
Oh, there's a logic. There's a
So
logic.
basically,
It's
that's a beginner's advantage.
Yeah, it's a self-regulating process.
Exactly.
Exactly. There you go. Create the problem. Boom. Make the solution for the problem. Equals profit.
Exactly.
It does make me think though. I was having a think the other day about games, and I was watching this thing, and they were talking about the Nintendo and Sega rivalry, and I was watching. I was like, to be honest, Nintendo Sega's rivalry is literally the Monday Night Wars of video games, and I was like, it really is, and it's like it's all the same.
Who? I think Sega's got to be WCW.
Sega's WCW, yeah, has to be.
Well, actually, yeah, because the
They were
WWE
running
would
for
be
a
Nintendo because Nintendo's always had that sort of consistent quality.
and they won in the end.
They did win in the end. They did win in the end. And now Sega releases games on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
So they brought basically all the
Sonic
WCW
is in
wrestlers
Smash
over.
Bros.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
what it was
that's
because it was if I remember what it was, the video was like top 10 best Smash Bros announcements like over the years, like which ones were like groundbreaking at the time, like when Snake was first announced
When
for Brawl.
Sonic was announced, so that was
Everyone was like, Sonic, what the fuck?
See, I don't know like anything about the newer Smash Bros. I actually have the latest one on the 3DS, but
Really?
I barely played it.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. It's in there.
Well, we should probably whip 'em out and play sometime.
Yeah.
Play
Well,
on
that's
some-
all the time we
some
have,
Smash.
guys.
But no, the new Smash is coming out, and
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it because I don't exactly watch competitive Smash Bros.
Yeah,
but
no.
there's still a competitive, pretty popular group for Melee.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
the-
But Melee's the best one, isn't it? It's the most
yeah,
balanced
on
one.
the GameCube. Sorry.
Yeah. We
And,
have that somewhere. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know what it is. Wait, have you still got the GameCube games along the side at the top?
No.
Of in your room?
No.
Damn it. don't
I
know
have
what
the
they are.
case we used to have, but I'm pretty sure it's.
Oh,
not
they
there.
get, go and check for
I'll
me.
check it.
Because
I'll
I've got
check it
the
tonight.
I think the GameCube's right there. It is. Yeah, it's right there. There we go.
Dude, get that
That
GameCube
GameCube
set up.
sucked, dude.
Sure,
we never had a
yours.
memory card for it, right?
Dude, I remember
So-
the day.
What?
There wasn't.
The day I bought a memory
but do you
card
not
was
remember
the
it
best.
broke or something, or it didn't work. And every time we had to play the games, we had to start from the beginning.
Yeah, I had to do that for ages.
Unless you just kept taking it out whenever I wanted to play the GameCube, so I didn't delete your saves.
No.
Why would he ever?
You want to hear an absolute rip? See on the Dreamcast, if you didn't have a memory card, it's like, can I play?
Really?
It does not let you play Sonic Adventure without a memory card.
Because
So
you need
what
the
the
little.
hell is this?
To be honest, the Dreamcast memory cards were awesome. Like they had the little screen on them,
Dude, yeah.
and it
You
would like
can raise
show you your
chows
chow on
Yeah.
the controller. That was like mind blowing for the time.
Can you not like? Now I remember with chows, like there's a whole like chow abuse thing, isn't there? Like
Yeah,
you
if
can
you, like,
basically-
if you like abuse them, they like leave you and stuff.
Yeah, basically it's these little they're like Tamagotchis but in Sonic Adventure. And when you go in, I have to say the music on Sonic Adventure, goddamn.
Unreal.
it's the
Like,
best.
do you go
Unreal.
into the Chelsea,
Both
and
of
it's
them,
just like
both of them.
it's just like
Yes, in that lobby bit.
Yep.
yeah,
When you go and you
yeah.
play with the chows, and then you give them fruit and stuff.
Oh, you shake the tree and the little fruit falls off.
Oh,
Dude,
what a
it's
game.
actually reminding me of like looking after the pups, right? Like
That's what it's like. It's
the,
like
the
raising
moment
chows,
where you
except-
shake the tree and the fruit falls and the chow himself crawls over to the food and
I
you're
know,
like,
you just feel like he's growing up. He's growing up.
He's
I know.
learning.
boy.
I know.
Do you remember the-
Except
the-
the only difference is you can't run and throw them over the edge if you're getting annoyed with them.
do you remember the chow eugenics? That
What
you
was
could like
that again?
breed different chows. Like if one came out that you didn't like, you just chucked him off the edge of the cliff, and it was like, right, back to the pumping.
Back to the.
It's just you just get to and you're just like smashing them together.
That was literally
until
the-
like the perfect colored chow with like little devil wings comes
I
out.
heard that that's actually what they
yeah,
did to
that's-
the Olsen,
yeah,
the Olsen kids. They were just like, oh well, we fucked up. We're back to the
that's-
pumping.
But that's the whole purpose, the hidden purpose behind Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
It's like to encourage those practices.
Yeah.
You know, that's the dark truth behind. No, the dark truth of Sonic Adventure is Big the Cat.
Up,
Big the
fuck
Cat
it.
is most definitely a.
Oh no, it's the other one, isn't it? There's another. Who's the absolute roaster? There's Big the Cat and there's someone else.
I'm pretty sure
that's
Big the
annoying
Cat
as
is
hell.
the roast.
Well, the thing is, Big the Cat clearly has some sort of mental
Do you not have to?
deficiency.
Do you not have to go Amy in the game or something?
Yeah, in Sonic Adventure 1, you she just runs about and she's just a worse Sonic with a hammer, and it's like,
Yeah.
I played. I remember the games I
Is that
played.
not two?
no, it's one.
One.
In 2, you played as Sonic, Tails and his mech, and Knuckles, or Shadow, Rouge, and Eggman. That was it.
There was a lot of good in Sonic. Sonic Adventure wasn't perfect.
No.
Now, let me tell you, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I was going to see Star Wars Episode 1. Okay? Star Wars Episode 1, Jar Jar Binks style, right? Showed up to the cinema. Was that you doing a Jar Jar Binks face? Or was that you just
No, it was
acknowledging
just
it?
my-
I thought you
my
were
face.
like, like so I went there and I arrived at the cinema and I remember seeing a Dreamcast and I was like, what? I no longer cared about the Star Wars universe, and I just literally, honestly, I waited my turn. I would have killed if it was acceptable to get closer to that Dreamcast. And I remember seeing Sonic in 3D for the first time when I was like 12 or something.
See if the internet was around like 10 years earlier, or if you were born 10 years later, you would have been one of those cringy Sonic kids. Like, I'm pretty sure I've said it on the podcast
I think I might
before.
be a cringy Sonic.
Like, no, but like, you would have been that one that creates their own, like, yourself as Sonic and like posts on DeviantArt and is like, hey guys, this is Joe the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that'd be so dumb. Do you know what? I'm gonna do that just for a laugh.
Yeah,
Just
that'd be
for a
pretty funny.
laugh. Just for a laugh.
So, yeah.
That's gonna be your next custom video, man.
I mean, like, just to be like funny.
Yeah, it's satire.
Not
guys,
'cause
it's
that's what
satire.
you like, eh? That's what you like. I know. Oh, look at he's out there just to make funny, baby. Out there, look at me posting Sonic DeviantArt. Sonic.
Just a fun game for anyone listening is just type in Google your name, the Hedgehog.
No, don't.
Jake the Hedgehog.
Don't do
and
that.
you will find some absolute belters.
Dude, I might do it just now.
Belters.
I got my phone.
Well, let's
right
do it.
there. I'm gonna do this right now.
Let's see where our hedgehogs
Let's
are.
do this right now because
For the audio listeners, we apologize.
Did you ever play Sonic 3D, like the first 3D Sonic game?
Oh yeah, that was
Oh my god!
Awful.
What year did that come out? Literally like 6 months before Mario 64,
Oh, here we. I'm not sure.
or was it like right?
If so, that's
right
embarrassing.
around. Oh god!
Okay, so we've got a few.
Oh, these
We've
aren't terrible.
We've got Angry Joe. That's Billy Joe the Hedgehog. So we've got the guy from Green Day. Oh wow.
Dude, I'm just getting Shadow with green eyes. Oh, that is a furry right there, dude.
I know.
Dude,
Okay,
oh
what is
god!
this? Oh wait, there's an MMA Sonic.
Oh,
There's an
MMA Sonic.
Yeah. Well, there you
Oh,
go.
I think this is gonna be my Sonic.
Mate, I don't know
persona.
what the hell's going on with
He's
this.
pretty funky.
Whoa, he's like a wasp.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what the hell's going on with this game.
Look at Dave's. Some big
Hold on,
cat
hold on.
going on there.
Look at these.
Froggy.
Wait, what the hell's this guy doing? Oh my god, he is.
Yeah. So a lot of them are satire because it gained popularity a little while ago.
That's not even a hedgehog, man.
You get yeah.
It looks
You get the satire. You get the satire there.
We've just seen. Whatever you do, don't Google Dick the Hedgehog.
Do you know what it looks like? Do you remember when in Family Guy that
Sonic
episode?
compiled of giant penises.
Do you remember that episode of Family Guy where Brian like crashes his car and his entire face gets broken and his nose just like drooped down, just like that? That's exactly what
Yeah.
Dick the Hedgehog looks like. Don't
Tell
Google
you
that,
what,
guys. It's horrible.
I've
Right,
been
let's-
absolutely loving American Dad right now.
Oh, it's a real
Absolutely
show.
loving
So
it.
good.
Like I was saying to you guys about that time where he's like he's trying to hide a boner and he's sitting at the lunch hall. They're like, "Hey, shall we go?" And he's like, "Yeah, but you know what's funny? Walking like a gorilla." Like to hide it. And then I saw one today. There's just maybe once an episode. There's just something that makes
Yeah.
me like piss myself, and I don't even know why.
Yeah.
Like there's a bit where like it goes. It's like imagine you lived in a world where you couldn't have what you wanted, and then what's the alien called again?
Roger.
I can't
Roger,
really
yeah.
do the accent. But it's like that's a world where I can't do it. But he's like that's a world where I couldn't have Jake Gyllenhaal. That would be terrible.
One of my favorite moments in American Dad is where like I think it's when Francine starts like I think Stan gets into
Francine.
the driving drag racing. And then Francine ends up like leaving him, and he goes up to Roger's bar like drunk as hell in the attic.
yeah.
And like Roger, as though it's nothing's just like
Yeah.
he wakes up, he's like and, like pulls up his nightie and
Yeah.
just like gets over sideways, like
I remember that's the first one I've ever seen, and I remember
Really?
I remember pissing myself
Yeah,
with that as well.
that's a
yeah.
great moment.
Does he not say something?
yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've
He's
seen it.
like I knew this day would
Yeah.
come or something like that.
I remember there was one I watched ages ago, if I remember correctly, and it's Stan's upset about Steve not being like a beast of an athlete or whatever. And so he's like, so does he not try and get him? Yeah, he gets some steroids or something, and then Steve ends up growing tits. Just like
and then
giant tits, and he's like,
then
"Ah!"
he becomes popular because everyone's like
Yeah.
play with his tits.
And then Stan gets jealous and gets tits of his own. So he's just like, right.
I didn't know that. I can't remember that bit.
Yeah, that's towards the end. He's just like, he comes to the party. He's like, hey guys,
yeah.
he's just got like these big tits.
I like how It always goes back to Simpsons did it. But like South Park has like the same episode where like everyone's lying about getting their periods, but they just have like something that makes them bleed out the ass, like some illness that makes them bleed out their ass. So Stan goes to get those growth hormones or something.
I can't remember.
And he ends up getting like tits.
I can't remember that.
It's a great one. It's like they have like their fort or like a treehouse or something, and it's
Right.
like only like big girls or big guys are let in who've had their period.
I'm just saying, when your ass explodes, that's usually... I've never even heard of your ass exploding.
I can't believe you don't remember that episode.
No, I don't know.
Wow. You're like the biggest South Park fan.
I know.
So.
The thing is, I don't really... To be honest, though, I've not been into the newer ones at all.
Again, I said this to Dave earlier. I've not even watched them.
I've not watched them,
I can't bring myself to do it. It's like having a kid and they just become like a total roaster.
Just Steve.
They just you find them drawing their own Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. You see them uploading Dick the Hedgehog. And you do that, and you're just like,
Barry the Hedgehog. And I liked Shadow. He was my favourite, so I've got a gun and all.
so
Shadow is by far the biggest mistake of anyone's ever made in their lives.
Oh, or what about the Shadow the Hedgehog game?
Yeah, that is.
It's like, let's just use guns. It's like, of
It
all
reminds
the-
me of that.
What makes Sonic unique and fun to play? Okay, so we have going fast. That's the main thing.
gotta go fast.
We have this new Shadow spin-off. What should we do? Not go fast?
So yes, not
have
go fast.
open world levels where
Yes.
you have to backtrack
Yes.
slowly.
Yes.
Levels where you have to kill every enemy, otherwise you can't progress.
Really?
And sometimes they get glitched.
Oh, they're
You
also
just
not
can't
allowed to
finish the
be.
level.
They're not allowed to be cool, creative enemies. They have
No,
to be
they're just-
soldiers,
They're just dudes with guns.
fully armed soldiers from Call of
That
Duty.
reminded me. You know, I was looking at this and I was like, I was looking at the GameCube and I was like, I might play this. I wonder what, because I couldn't find Mario
Spiderweb on
Sunshine.
that.
I was gonna say,
there you go.
as we
Could be
cobweb
a
in there.
spider living in there.
Ooh, oh,
That was a mistake.
That was a mistake. But anyway,
pop the hood on that. This is our game.
so I
in
was
there.
like, I was going, oh wow, that's a hell of a Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus
There's a little spider
Christ.
living in there.
What the hell is living in your game?
Get out my GameCube, asshole.
Check the Sega Genesis. Oh.
I was gonna say
The Mega Drive.
The Mega Drive.
But anyway, I was going, what's inside it? Is it Smash Bros. Melee? Is it Mario
Oh.
Sunshine? Is it...
I know what's coming.
What is it?
Enter the Matrix.
It was either going
Oh.
to be like Enter the Matrix or like some sort of tennis game. We always
Something
had
like
tennis
Tennis
games
game?
for everything. We had a, we
Dude,
had
Virtua
Dreamcast.
Tennis for the Dreamcast
That
is
was good.
the chips.
You play as Tim Henman. Back in the day where you could play as Tim Henman.
And he was good.
And he was good in the games.
Yeah.
Because that's, a thing that people convince themselves of. That Tim
Virtua
Henman was
Tennis
good at
is
tennis.
amazing. But anyway, so that, and just when you were talking about glitches, I was saying there in that game you can do the big leap like Neo does off the building. But if you do it in Enter the Matrix, there's a level where it's this whole huge course, and you can actually just like skip over one tiny bit and get to the end if you just do a big enough
We
jump.
talked about this 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did I? That's
I
right.
feel like we might have.
I don't think we did it on the podcast. If we did, then tough shit, because we've just talked about it again.
We are genuinely the worst for
I know.
talk about the same stuff all the
I
time.
know.
You guys know what you're getting when you come over
I know.
here.
Yeah.
I did the big leap and it's like, oh, I made it. And I was like, I made it. I made it. I made it. My character just went, no.
It's just a kill wall.
Yeah.
That's my favourite shit, though. Anything hidden like that, where they're like, "Come on, we know that's a glitch there. So, come on, instead of fixing the glitch, we'll just kill him as soon as he gets there."
Have you, by the way, I can't believe I started watching this, but I started watching this series on like how to improve the Super Mario Brothers 1 world record. And this guy's done a whole series on it.
Dude,
about like
is it
through-
Summon and Salt?
I think it might be. but
Dude,
it's like-
Summon and Salt. I was
fucking
actually just
love
about
that
to
guy.
bring up Summon and Salt
I
as well.
love that guy.
I wanted to go back
that-
to Sonic Adventure 2. He has a video on Sonic
Mate, I
Adventure 2.
fucking love
is
that
that the
guy.
one where so basically he's talking about like, and then in 1995
Yes.
he discovered
And they're
that
like
by
30
jumping-
minutes long.
Yeah, it's like by jumping next to this
And it's
block-
got
world
beast
record
music.
progression.
Yes.
Yeah, world record. Dude,
Those videos are unreal. They're
they're
so good.
amazing, dude. I just
Like-
watched one on Super Mario Brothers 3.
I'll tell you what,
Amazing.
I'll let
Yeah, I
you
watched
guys-
that one as well. I watched that one as
I'm
well.
gonna heat this up in the micro. I'll let you
Dude,
Let's just talk about speedrunning.
mate, I'll tell you what, so I watched it the other night, man, and the shit blew my mind. Shit like, what do you call it? Where it's like, oh, the little hammer bros that are on the map. It's
the
like,
consistent way to get them to come out and
You
get
can-
early hammer. and
dude,
stuff like that.
how the
It's
hell do
crazy.
you figure that shit out? Who's like, right, I need to figure that out. I mean, do speedrunners make any sort of money or like,
Purely from streaming.
and so they can, so, but do they make like good?
Like, no, most of them are just doing it just because they like
Dude,
it.
that's bullshit, man. Like, you get people that play games professionally, and you get people that do like Like, look at that guy. What's that guy's name? Ninja. Yeah, he's like
he's a
multi-millionaire.
fucking bajillionaire, yeah.
Multi-millionaire.
Yo, he's actually like the worst human being ever.
Is he actually? I've heard he's a bit of a dick.
Dude, there's clips of him playing an old game called H1Z1, and
I've played that.
He's full on just screaming at people.
Really?
And like some guy who's like fairly young. He's not even like a child. Like I wouldn't even complain. Like I wouldn't be like, oh that kid.
Mate, you still sending emails to Mary Kate and Ashley?
I think he kills Ninja, and Ninja gets so mad, and he's like the kid's laughing or something, and Ninja's like straight to the mic like, you catch your mother with that fucking mouth?
Oh my
and
god!
Shit like that, and he's proper screaming at the guy.
Is there not something happened with him recently where like he reported somebody got their account banned from Fortnite or whatever?
It turns out it was a different thing.
Oh, okay. I'd read something.
Yeah, like Epic Games did a really good job of coming out and be like, by the way, if Ninja reports someone, we don't just ban them. Which is something that PUBG did when it was popular.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if a streamer like Grims was really bad for it, if they got killed, they'd be like, "Oh, he's stream sniping," reporting, and they got banned.
Jesus.
It was at the point where you were like, I was afraid to play the game in case you come across a streamer, and you get banned, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, oh. But
I was watching the Summon and Salt one, right? I watched. Do you know what one I enjoyed actually? I enjoyed the one I really enjoyed was the World. I think it was World. Is it 4-1? 4-1, the most infamous thing where what you do is, and again you might have seen this one, Jake.
I don't think I've seen this one.
Dude, you'll watch through this one, right? So you get to World 4-1, right? So you know when you get the first warp pipe in the second level underground, instead of going to like World 6 or whatever, you just go to World 4.
Which Mario Bros is this?
Mario Bros 1.
Right.
And what you do is you go, I think it's World 4-1 or 4-2 maybe, I'd have to double check. But you glitch the game in such a way that if you take a certain number of steps or frames before you reach a pipe, you can glitch the pipe to bring up another bonus level above you. Rather than the original one which takes you to like a coin area,
right.
You can bring up a bonus area that will skip like a huge part of the game.
That's nuts.
But you've got to be like pixel perfect.
These old games just have so many weird bugs like that. Like the Pokemon one, where the any percent world record for Pokemon Red and Blue is something like 3 seconds. Because as soon as you can play your character, you just move some items about and boom, you're at the end of the Champions League.
Really?
Yep, you're at the end of the Pokemon's League.
So wait,
you can glitch from Pallet Town right outside your house instantly to the Champions League.
Well, hang on a second, right? So let's say you do that. Do you get whatever starter Pokemon you had, and it's now like level 30?
I don't even think you get a Pokemon. Like you're just there, and you're just like,
I just showed up, and Pikachu started walking out. Pika Pika, punch in the puss.
Mate, I'm that good, mate. I didn't even have a Pokemon to finish Pokemon, mate.
Well, like, is that the point where like
Pokemon-less run, mate? That's what I
they
did.
had to create a run that's like no major glitches. So you have any percent, and then you have any percent no major glitches. Because like it's not fun.
The categories for this is insane. Like, so you've got like Mario Brothers 3, you've got warp categories, warpless categories, like you know what I mean, stuff like that. So I watched one.
Some speedruns are in. Some games have so many different categories. It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what, man. I have to say this. I have to say that Twitch is doing a bang up job of giving speedrunners a platform to be able to showcase their shit, because their stuff, honest to Christ, they have got to be some of the most skilled and dedicated gamers of all time.
Do you know what I feel bad for? I feel bad for the speedrunners who aren't quite top level.
Yeah,
they're putting all that time and effort to be able to do it, but just like within a second.
Did you see Mitch?
Well, if you get to like within a second, you'll be noticed.
Yeah.
I remember,
but like there's guys who are like 5 minutes off an hour-long world record that are just no viewers.
I got the first level of Sonic 2. I got 2 seconds away from the world record on the first level on my phone.
Dude, have you farted?
Oh yes,
that is actually disgusting. That is fucking honking.
It's not come my way yet. It's not come my way yet.
Bad.
But you have no sense of smell, right?
I was gonna say, you don't have a sense of smell.
It's bad.
It's not come my way
It
yet.
can't be that
It's
bad.
eggy as fuck.
I remember that one time
The protein fucks me.
where like I like to think there was a kid, I'm not going to name any names, but we have talked about this person before, was at the live
Jerry!
Right.
was at the live show, would not leave the live show.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Backstage, would not leave the live show. This person who I defended, I happened to be in the same class as this person from primary 1 to 5th year of school, right? We went to like, so same
year
class for
secondary.
everything, right? Was that, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Same class, right? And basically, I actually even moved school in high school, and then he moved as well in the same year.
Dude, you ever think he's just following you?
So actually, now that you just said that, I did wonder. Now,
Do you think it's like that Lemmy sketch where he just picks a guy and follows him for the rest of
It's
his
like
life?
Joe's doing Italian. Well, then I'll do Italian. Standard
I
grade.
like pasta.
But basically, I remember there was a moment in secondary school where we'd moved school in the 6th year, and I was the new kid, and everybody thought it was pretty cool because you're the new kid and whatever. And then he was getting just a little bit bullied.
What school did you go to? New kids got bullied at my school.
No, not this one. And so I went to Trinity, and then so I'm there, and then he started getting a little bit bullied, and I had this moment where it was literally like a movie where they were like, "What are you doing hanging out with him, Joe?" And I was like, and I had the choice, and I went, "No, he's with me." And then so
Did you
I
fuck?
became.
Did you fuck?
No,
What really happened? Was you like,
No.
loser?
No.
Cool kid.
That's when I became a loser in 6th year.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I died on my shield.
Good for you.
However,
that's honourable.
so I did that in 6th year.
I feel like he's going to make you regret
Wait
it.
there. I will tell you the time I threw him straight under the bus, right? Was in secondary school when
This was at the first school.
let's call this person James. They're not called James.
Was
but
this
let's
your
just call
first
them-
secondary school?
Yes, the
Right,
first
so
secondary
before
school
you
in
moved.
second year, and basically like he was known for producing some particularly potent farts. Okay,
Gastric
yeah,
gases.
but I had gone to the bakery and just gone ham on everything, right?
Was
And I
it
think I
like
having,
your pocket money just came through? It was a Monday.
the pocket money just came through.
You hadn't gone to buy your
I didn't have any
comic
child support. It was just
before?
like, you know, I hadn't got my Sonic the comic, which don't joke about that. I used to get that every week, man. I probably still have them lying around somewhere.
Ooh.
But anyway,
Hell yeah.
so basically, I'd gone to town at lunch break, and we came back, and basically,
Just breaded up
I was
to
like, I
fuck.
was trying to hold it in. It was like, oh,
Feel it bubbling.
oh, and then I had to let it out, and then it was that time, that nightmare. It was like that nightmare you have, and then everyone in the class is just like, oh my god, oh my, and even the teachers like, the teachers like. And everyone's looking around.
you didn't.
And me,
You didn't know, bro.
And me and him were sitting in the back, and then I went, James, that was honking.
God,
And he
dude.
was like, that wasn't me.
Oh, dude, you just ruined his life.
I know.
What year was
so
that?
actually, to be honest, everything that happened after that was probably my fault.
I was going to say, what year were you in again?
That was
Fifth year?
second year.
Dude,
second
you ruined that boy's life. You know, he probably did
But
not
you
get his hole
stuck up
for...
for him in another school where they
did.
didn't know.
Dude, he was
so-
more than likely... I mean, I'm no saying anything, but he might
He could have gone on to be the coolest guy in school.
Dude, he might have trouble with women and confidence issues now to this day.
because of that.
Because of you.
Only because of that.
If he's ever got stage fright now, it's just like... and it was like, oh, God!
By the
See,
way,
I have a friend who he has IBS.
All
I
right.
think,
So-
I think I have that, by the way.
You probably do.
Sure, it's not
Honestly,
just...
You do just,
No, no,
shit
no.
overeat.
all over.
Yeah, dude. No. When I if I have like a cooked breakfast, I have to run to the toilet.
Really.
Actually run.
Fuck
Well, you
that.
may do. But he has IBS, and at school his nickname was Shit.
Oh, no.
And like he's a
That
really cool
sucks.
guy. Like he
By the way, that is
probably
not
owned
cool.
it.
That is not cool.
I don't think
I'm
it's
pretty
anything to
sure.
like. It's just
Nothing
something
bad.
that happens.
No.
It's just something that happens. It's
Like my mate's got it, and like he owns it. You know, he's just like, oh, need to go take a shit.
Yeah.
yeah, you
Just-
got to own
no matter
it.
what, he's
Do you
like,
know what I find
"Oh,
though?
shit time."
See when my diet is on point, like there's nothing really wrong. But if I ever have like a cooked breakfast or fast food or anything like that, see ya.
Oh, you. I see with fast food and stuff, especially like the bottom tier ones. You know.
Don't say the bottom tier because one of our sponsors were the bottom tier.
Oh yeah,
Don't
they
make
were.
them say
So okay,
that.
so not that. Okay, so the lowest of the low tiered
Yes.
fast food places.
What would that be?
Can we name them?
Let's name some names.
Can we name some names? What do you
What,
think?
fast food.
Yeah,
Of course
ones
we
that are
name
like
some names.
Are we talking major chain? What I will say
major
is,
chain. Aye.
I tell you
like,
what, KFC needs to get its act together.
Oh, KFC's a shithole, man.
Do you know what the annoying thing is? I went to KFC in Dundee the other day and it was beautiful.
Really.
Some of the best chicken I can remember having. But that's the problem. Where's the consistency?
See, best
It's
chicken.
raw.
Best fried
It's
chicken I ever
fucking
had was when I was
raw.
in London, and the traditional London fried chicken shops, dude.
They just nail
Unreal.
it.
Really?
Unreal.
They just kill
And
it.
it's like £2 or something for a whole meal deal with the
What,
chicken.
in London?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
cheap, man.
Do you know that guy that did the chicken shop reviews is now
Chicken
like,
connoisseur.
yeah, he's like a celeb now.
Yeah.
From doing chicken shop
As he
reviews.
should be.
Yeah, I'm not
Prep
arguing.
check.
I'm not arguing.
Mate, I remember when I think there was a pro wrestling show going on or something. It was in Edinburgh. It was in the town, and we've spoke about Bobby Roberts on here before.
We have.
Big Bobby, good guy, and so we're going, and this is just funny, man. So we're going around and we're like, oh man, where can we get food? And I was like, there's a chippy right there, and Bobby's like, oh, there's this pulled pork place like right on the high street, and I was like, oh shit, I was like, let's try that. So we go in. And there's these two girls behind the counter. They're doing their thing, whatever. And we got Bobby there, right? And Bobby, he starts just being like, hey, you need to do this, eh? Like, I can't remember what it was. I think it was like the head or something. And he's like, well, you've got the heat there. Can I get like bits of meat after the heat? And they're like, oh nah, we generally don't use that. And then he just starts giving them the business, being like, well, like 10 years ago, I used to do this stuff, I was a butcher, so it's like, I'm telling you now, like, I'm whacking a bit of the heat, like.
Bobby is literally
He's so funny.
Bobby is
but he's literally giving these two girls pitch, like, oh, when I was a butcher, like 10 years ago.
Bobby's literally the janitor from Futurama. Because, like, he just appears in every
Scruffy.
episode randomly. Yeah, just does every job, does everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
because-
think the whole thing with Scruffy is he does nothing.
well, another character then that has a multitude of reoccurring roles to fill.
Mrs. Rabbit from Peppa Pig.
Okay, Mrs. Rabbit.
Dude, that is a hardworking mother right there. She's like a firefighter, a policewoman. She works at the school. She works at the fucking chippy. Like, she's all over the place.
Wait a second. So she works in the school, but she also works in a chippy.
Dude, she's all over. She's like the one who just works everywhere.
Explain the logistics to me. Who's more impressive, Santa Claus or Mrs. Rabbit?
Mrs. Rabbit,
You think?
hands down. For my years of being subjected to Peppa Pig, Mrs. Rabbit.
Oh, subjected, like, as if you'd get forced to watch it, eh? God.
Yeah, you got me. You got me.
yeah,
I love me some
I
Peppa
do
Pig.
know a lot of parents, and a lot of them say
did
that
make me
Peppa
laugh.
Pig is trash.
It is garbage.
Yeah, a lot of them say it's trash. The worst one apparently is Paw Patrol. That's apparently the worst of the worst.
It looks bad. The
And basically-
animation looks terrible.
Yeah, and basically, apparently, all it is just like, can you please stop shaking?
I can't
it's
help
coming
it.
up on the sound
I
wave.
can't
I
help
can
it.
see it. But basically, Paw Patrol is apparently just an advert for the next line of toys. So it's like at the end of each season, it's like,
fuck
whoa,
that.
look at these cool new vehicles.
Yeah. I mean, what kids' TV show isn't that?
True.
Like,
Yeah,
look
that's a
at
good point.
Pokemon.
Yep.
It was all about selling
Pokemon's,
toys.
but that's a give and take though. Pokemon's awesome.
That's true. If you're gonna,
But there's kids out there who'll say Paw Patrol was awesome.
get
they're
those
talking
kids
shit.
to fuck, because that's bullshit.
No,
those
it's
kids
the
need to be-
children who are wrong.
No, it's the children who are wrong.
But just on a this how good is that? You can see the video quality. How good
Dude,
is this?
I
I'm
can't
liking it.
really see it because the tripod.
Dude, I'm
thing,
loving it.
But it does.
But it's
from what I can see.
yeah, it's a game changer. We've got
Unreal.
a lighting rig here. We've got a camera. We're streaming in 1080p right now, but it can go to 4K.
4K.
I mean, we would have 1080p HD banter too, but I mean, you can't improve, 4K at the moment, So we've got 4K banter over here. Just a shame the camera won't, catch all that.
Yeah, and after that, it's
1080p.
gone down to 480p.
But no, I'm really excited about it. It's weird. We've been broadcasting for in some way, shape, or form for over a year now.
That is
Really?
nuts.
Do you remember?
Holy shit.
So this is what happened. So we started the stream in September?
Yeah.
Started streaming in September. There was a lot of changes. We tried. So it started at where I was living at the time in a wee room.
Yeah.
Then we did a few dads. We did the Halloween stream, which by
That
the way
was a
to this
really
day
good stream,
is one of the best streams that we've ever
We
done.
need to do another stream.
We need
like
to do
that,
streams
where it's
like
just
that,
all of
yeah.
us playing games because we haven't really streamed together.
No,
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
We just do the podcast now.
I need to get a rig, because I know you do some streaming as well.
I
like
haven't
stuff.
streamed in so long.
I need to do it, but it's
I'm
just
so
one of those.
lazy with it.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I'll get into it, and I never do, because I don't have like a gaming PC or a gaming laptop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, then I'd need to do it properly and do that shit.
Well,
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
PS4.
the setup that we've got to allow all of this to do it on a budget is pretty incredible. So
Yeah.
we've got basically the mics are here,
Yep.
which then feed into a mixing desk. Because usually what we used to do is record it, then we'd record it on Audacity on the PC. We'd send it over to the laptop as a WAV file. We put in all the effects, send it back, convert it to an MP3, add on the intro song, and upload it. Whereas now the intro song is waiting on it. So at the start,
Nice.
so it's literally goes
Oh,
from
so
the
that
mics.
was the thing on the top.
Exactly. So it goes from the mics to the mixing desk. It's going through the laptop right now, and it's applying the effects in real time, which then feeds back into the PC. Whoops, nearly knocked the mic off the desk there. Back into the PC, and so we've got the professional sound quality along with the video as well. So it's literally it's recording the podcast. I know that for most podcasts this is just standard, but to do this on literally a couple £100 is not bad.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to get a setup like this.
You mean £5,000?
Of course.
Well, if you
Because
count,
we're loaded.
well, if
Obviously.
you, if you count the
God.
PC, I mean,
No, you need to keep up. You need to keep up appearances. Like people need to see you as like.
Oh, no,
rich
they-
as hell.
no, they know-
Like, we need like a.
They know that we're the little
money
engine that
corner.
could.
yeah, we are. That's a good way of putting it. The little engine that could. Yeah.
Oh, the little engine
No,
that
we're-
can
the thing
and is doing.
The thing is, this is how wrestling is. Like pro wrestling
Oh,
for
aye.
me, like really comes down to how much graft you're willing to put in and how creative you can be with. Like, I mean, to be absolutely honest,
So
with you,
streaming as
yeah,
well.
it does. But like, see this podcast, like, it doesn't make a huge amount of money. All it's done is basically paid for itself. So the money we've made on the stream pays for the travel expenses, and when it goes above the travel expenses, invest in new equipment. So we just got an HD camera, we got all those lights. Like this
Which
podcast,
again cost around £5,000.
well,
Obviously.
but it's not cheap though. It's not cheap.
Nah, it's
You know what I
true.
mean? So it's like it's for us. It's a passion project. We love to do it, and you know, it's it's just crazy that we've been doing this for a year. So we started off doing those streams, and then we said, well, let's do a live show. We did the 3 live shows, and 3 live shows, and it got to the point where it was like, well, we're probably the only broadcasting group that have a successful live show or a semi-successful live show without a podcast.
Yeah.
Should probably start a podcast to go along with it.
Well, yeah, like we had the plan for the podcast for a really long time.
Yeah, we
and
did.
you were always saying you wanted to do a podcast. And it was like, then the live show came around first. We just got the opportunity for that first.
Yes, that's true. And the thing I like about this podcast is it's like, look, there's a zillion wrestling podcasts out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I mean, this one's just about like being dorks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
pretty much.
I'm happy about, because if it was a wrestling podcast, I would really have
Yeah,
nothing
what
to
was
say.
it? What I do find funny though is when we explain like stuff that's happened in wrestling, like absurd things that have
Yeah.
happened in wrestling.
I think
to
it works,
non-wrestling.
though. It
Do you know what I
works.
ended up going back and seeing that when you were talking about that Booker T stuff, when it's like you can't have the flames anymore,
Dude, it's
And it was
so
just like-
weird,
And
man.
do you know, I was so worried. I was like, because you remember you said you were like, oh, I think it was Ahmed Johnson. I was like, please be Ahmed Johnson, and it was Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah, I
you
figured,
go,
yeah.
there you go.
What did he play? Big T.
Yeah, something like that.
And then they did it not, was it not Viscera? Or like Big Daddy V that came in as Bigger T, like the big huge guy.
I don't know.
It was just a family of teas.
He was literally this big, gigantic guy, like massive guy, right? And he just had this leather, like, Harrington
Was he
jacket on.
bigger
Can you imagine
than
in
the
WC
jacked Whippet?
Oh, aye. Dude, this guy, he was fat, man. He was a big fat guy, but he was
okay.
enormous,
Imagine
dude.
the writing in that to go, do you know what we need? We need bigger T.
You know what it's like,
That's what
mate?
we need.
It's literally like, right, mate, you've earned the title of boss. You're now you've earned the title of big boss, mate.
Now
I was
you're-
gonna say it's like Japanese like translation
I
for
know.
writing. Like it's always so bad.
That always, I love Metal Gear Solid, but that always made me cringe. Where like,
Yeah.
the boss.
just which is like,
big
you're
boss.
big boss. It's like, eh? Mate, who's the big boss, mate?
That's a weird. It is literally like, imagine like Snake comes from like the west end of Glasgow. It's like, there's a big boss. Eh? Like,
Do you think,
Mate, there's
his
a
like
big boss.
first name is Big, so like people who know him well are like, oh, Samnon Big, and he's like, hey, that's boss to you.
It's like Taker
or
all over
maybe
again.
he owns Big the Cat,
Hey, Tay.
so he is the boss of
Mark.
Big the Cat.
Or maybe
Froggy.
Big the Cat
Froggy?
is Big Boss.
Froggy, Froggy, Froggy.
Froggy.
Speaking,
dude, Big the Cat is. Do you know what? Sonic Adventure is Warcraft 3 is the origin story for Sonic Adventure's Big the Cat. So, all right then.
So Big the Cat started out as an orc,
Yeah.
peon, and what happened is Gul'dan cast a spell on him that not only set him into the future, but turned him into a massive cat who loves fishing. And after saving Froggy and beating Zero with Supersonic, he then went on to found a giant military company and become Big Boss.
Yes.
And he was a spy.
You
I don't
are
really know Metal Gear
Big
Solid
Boss.
story very much, but that's the gist of what I know. So Big
It's
the
like-
Cat has had quite the
You know,
transition in life.
again, folks, if you've not played Metal Gear Solid and you don't want to know what happens at the end of the games, please close your ears now. Do you guys mind? Or
yeah, go for
It's
it.
been so long.
you
Go
sure?
for it. Yeah, yeah.
You've seen it, haven't you?
I know what happened.
Oh yeah. So basically, at the end, when it's like it reveals that Big Boss is still alive, so you get the
Oh, you spoiled it.
you get
You should have said which Metal Gear Solid it was.
you get the 4. Well, this look the series.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Man.
So it's like the. So
In
we've
my
got
experience,
two
you can know.
five- 1,000 hours of it.
we've got 2 options, right? It could be at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4 when it's the graveyard scene, and then it's just got like snakes there, Big Boss is there, they're having the conversation. It's
Are they
just
the same person?
no, Solid Snake and Big Boss are different.
You're thinking
Solid Snake is the replica of Big Boss.
Right. Okay. So he's a clone.
So he's Old Snake
Right. Okay.
in Metal Gear Solid 4. So there's
Wait.
Old Snake, Big Boss, and then beside him it's like Froggy. So he just appears just like
Froggy died and he's in
know,
the
it's like-
graveyard.
yeah.
And Big's just like laying his fishing
it's
rod
like-
in his grave.
It's like Big was alive the whole time. Big was actually in charge of the Patriots.
Or it turns out Big just like cracks Snake over the head with like
Yeah,
the
it's
fishing
like-
rod. It's like, it's not over yet, Froggy.
Nighty-night, Froggy. Oh no, that's Barney the dinosaur.
That's Barney and Kermit.
Yeah, and then it's like, but I know it's like, but Big the cat had backup. I love you, you love me. We're at the end of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Barney's like Big's like, he's the meathead. He's the meathead for
That's
Big's
his backup
genius.
bit. Mate,
Yeah.
Barney is to Big the Cat what Bigger T is to Big T.
But then it reveals, like, you know how you've got like Solid Snake and Liquid Snake? You've got Big the cat and Barney the dinosaur. Like they've got the same story arc as like Metal Gear 1.
Oh my god.
Or Barney the dinosaur was just a regular dinosaur, but they did the revolver ocelot, the liquid ocelot thing. So they take Big the cat's arm and fishing rod. It's like, I'm both of them. We love you.
I don't know. I prefer Big being his own separate entity.
Okay, fair
You
enough.
know?
Fair
You
enough.
can't take Big's fishing arm away from him.
It's
That's-
like Metal
that's
Gear
cruel.
4. It's like Metal Gear 4. We just took it too far.
Yeah.
We just
If
took
you're
it too far.
listening, Metal Gear developers, put Big the Cat's fishing rod as a wee extra somewhere and we'll pop
Well,
it.
I don't think there's ever going to be another Metal Gear Solid game,
Well-
unfortunately.
You know what? I bet there will be.
There will be. There
Yeah,
will be.
think there will
another
be.
Metal Gear Survive.
But it'll be like Metal Gear Survive.
It'll be like what Shadow the Hedgehog was. It'll just be like,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Well,
Anything,
did you see Metal Gear Survive?
No, I'm
Oh,
scared.
it's a zombie game.
I know.
Yeah,
But
it's-
it's I've heard it's crappy.
It's got survival elements.
anything to
Every
me,
game needs that now.
in my opinion, anything that's marketable enough will get there. Like, for example, you know they're doing all the memes about Waluigi not being in Smash. He'll be in Smash. And it'll be a massive deal. Like, they're just
Although I can see why they wouldn't, because like, what would his playstyle be? It's just like, it's kind of difficult. For
Well,
him
it is
at this
weird
point.
because Waluigi, because Waluigi and Wario can't die. That's the point.
yeah.
yeah, but Wario's in Smash,
Well, he can't.
and he rides a motorbike and he hits you with a motorbike.
Well, he shouldn't be able to die then.
I think the logic is they don't die, though. They just get kicked off
Yeah,
into, like,
they
the
respawn.
void.
Or imagine what they could do if Wario actually didn't die, but his stats were like terrible compared to everyone else. So like, so, your
you can
character
win with
could,
him.
your character could that could work.
I
Let me
still
explain.
feel like that's kind of going to be broken because you can't lose if he can't die.
No, because someone else could. Oh well, I suppose if it was one-on-one battle.
Yeah, like it's one on
Yeah, I
one.
suppose.
Like every pro match, like they're at the finals for Evo 2018.
If it's a one-on-one, but
2019,
if it's
they're
a
playing the
multi-match
brand new Smash. Here we go. What's happening? Who are they gonna pick? Oh, we got this guy on his classic Wario. We got this guy on his classic Wario. Let's see the battle of the immovable object versus the unstoppable force. Oh right, it's just gonna go on forever.
point.
Here, that's a game theory right there. If Wario and Waluigi can't die, how can they lose in Smash? There you go.
Well,
Like you said, they fall into the void. There's some sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a bit like
and then
when-
again, I don't think Smash has very much story.
It's like Pokemon Red and Blue, where it's like where they're just like the Pokemon don't die, they just faint, and then there's that Raticate that's just
yeah,
like
it's heavily implied
and
that
it's just
Gary's Raticate dies.
does it? How?
So the fight before you get to what's the creepy town called again?
Lavender Town.
Lavender Town. Before you get to Lavender
fight
Town,
Gary, don't you?
You fight Gary and he's a Raticate, and the Raticate fucks you up because Raticate's OP.
Yeah.
And then you.
What is it actually? Or just in
Raticate's
the-
pretty strong, yeah.
Okay.
People sleep on Raticate, but he's,
Okay.
he's badass. You go to Lavender Town. Gary's in the tower with all the dead Pokemon. Who's not in his party? Raticate.
Yeah, the argument is that you killed his Raticate. He's at the graveyard burying it.
Yeah, he's at the grave with Raticate.
So what was different about the fight with Raticate compared to other fights?
It doesn't.
It doesn't say changes.
It doesn't say he faints though, does it? It's not just disappear. Like when you
Nah,
kill it.
it will say he faints.
I don't know.
They're not that.
That combined with the fact that it's creepy as fuck in Lavender Town.
Yeah,
like that shit still creeps me out to this
It's
day.
more. I think it's
Fuck
one
that.
of those. I could be wrong.
Do you remember when we were kids, and this is when you lived in York and I lived up here, when you had Pokemon, but you're still a bit young to play it, and I took your cartridge away, and I was like, "Don't worry, Big Bro's got it." And I took your cartridge away, caught loads of cool Pokemon, and gave it back to you.
Which game would that have been?
It was like Yellow or something.
Yeah, dude, I most definitely was not in York at then. I was 10 when I moved to York.
Well, whenever it was, man.
Either way.
You
that's
can't
pretty
tell
sick.
a nice story to him, eh? Jesus
Oh, dude.
Christ.
You're getting the timeline messed up.
You're fucking up the lore, God.
And as we've told in the podcast, by the time I was down there, I was always already whooping your ass at video games. Remember that StarCraft fight?
We talked about that on the podcast
This is
2
Joe-
weeks
Joe's-
ago. We talked about that
It'll
on the
just be-
podcast.
Look, I'm looking out for the viewers.
If anyone can out there, please, I want to see an edit of Jake going, "Remember that StarCraft fight?" And Joe just going, and then zooming in and goes like, "You know when you have to say that you're fine, but you're not really fine." Yeah, just that. That's what I want to happen. I want that right now. If anyone can do any animation or memes, do that. That'd be funny as fuck.
Like, genuinely, we joke, but that really was a turning point for Joe and his
Is
life.
that what happened?
Yeah.
It's a bit like, it's like when you think you're like, right, mate.
I was like, oh, he's written whipped again. Eh? Like, go on then, turn on the computers, just get the kettle going, eh? And then it was like, well, he's just sent a couple of people up to my base. Nothing to worry about it. And then I was just like, sweats, just like,
Dude, I miss StarCraft. I was so good
I
at that
know.
game.
I need to get it. I haven't played StarCraft 2. Like, I haven't played the campaign.
Really?
No.
Oh, it's really
I haven't
good.
hustled anyone in games
Still
in
expensive,
a long
isn't it?
ass time.
The hell?
If you buy the latest expansions, so there's 3. There's
Yeah.
Wings of Liberty was when it came out.
Is the HD StarCraft remaster out yet?
Yeah, it's been out for ages.
I might just play that. Is it like free or something? Oh no,
so
the old
you can,
one's
yeah,
free.
you can get it without the HD textures for free.
Ooh,
The original StarCraft.
Buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
buy that. I've
You
just
can play
seen
the campaign as well.
Do you know what? I'm gonna play the campaign on
sure.
stream. I'm gonna do that.
nice.
Did
Did they not
play
just?
StarCraft 2's campaign on stream?
Oh,
Series. But no, if you buy, I think you've already got the first StarCraft, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So if you buy Legacy of the Void, you get Heart of the Swarm free as well.
Fuck.
So if you buy the latest
The
one,
original one. Or
StarCraft 2.
Oh no, I don't have it.
Oh right, okay. Well, either way, you only have to buy 2 of them rather than all 3.
Okay.
So, keeping on the topic of video games, we were talking about Metal Gear Solid earlier. Metal Gear Solid is one of the games that is on the PlayStation Classic. I want to ask you guys' opinion about the PlayStation Classic because I don't know, because I know there's quite a significant age difference between us all. I'm kind of in the middle there, but I know that
Yeah,
you guys
like,
there's quite a significant age difference.
For me, like
I grew
wasn't
up with
really
a
in that
PlayStation.
era.
So you didn't. So
No.
you don't remember the original PlayStation? I
No,
remember I
not
grew
really.
up
Well,
with.
I remember it. I remember watching Joe play it, but I never like played it.
Are you asking what games should be on it?
No. Just what your thoughts on it. So let's put it this way. I got a PlayStation. It was the first console that me and my brother had that was me and my older brothers. My dad managed to pick it up because before that we just had like the Super Nintendo and like the Mega Drive. Even though I was younger, my oldest brother, who's like 10 years older than me, had those. So this was like the first time we were like, oh. And I
Yeah, it's
remember
like
it was,
It's one of, if not the best console
dude,
ever.
it
in
was
terms of its
the
look.
fucking tits. The games I had for that when we got it, not so, not so above board chip.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh, can we talk about that? We
Oh,
need to talk
fuck
about that.
it.
How-
Yeah.
how we got
Oh,
that.
fuck it.
But can I just give you? I actually took the liberty of writing a list.
Oh wow,
games
are
that
these
should be
games
on
that you
Right,
think
I
should
need
be
to-
on
I
it?
wanna- I wanna
This is what
see.
should be on it.
Wait,
All right.
this is what should be on it, or have you got
Should
what's
be on
in
it.
it? on
Should
it?
be on it. Shall we read what's on it?
What's
Are
on
any
it
of these
now?
on it already?
So PS1 retro games.
So let's read the list of games that are on it.
See, for me, like I read through the games and like I didn't play any of them.
quid. 90 quid.
Yo,
Mate.
fuck that, dude. You can
Right,
get
okay.
all those games on an emulator.
So here we go. Battle Arena to Shinden. It's alright. Cool Borders 2. It's alright. Destruction Derby.
I don't know the names. very well.
Final Fantasy 7. Defo should be there.
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto probably
Definitely.
should be there. I actually know. See that game Intelligent Cube? That is the tits, by the way.
Dude.
It is an amazing
Dude,
game.
I played it when it was not called Intelligent Cube.
It was called something else as well, yeah.
Kurashai.
That's it, yeah.
It had no music. It was creepy as fuck, and you just play it. It's just like
But it's fun though, wasn't it?
Bling. And it's just a guy. If the guy got hurt, he's just like, oh. As soon as he gets hurt, and it's like the fucking other end breaks off at the end of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like
That is a
if he
great
falls
game.
off, it's just.
That is a
And he
great
just
game.
falls into the void, dude. It was the tits. I loved that game. It was called Kurashai when I played it.
Jumping Flash.
The fuck is jumping?
Did you
I
know
know.
what it is?
Metal Gear Solid. Yes.
Yep.
Mr. Driller.
No idea.
Abe's Odyssey. Yes.
Yep.
Revelations Persona.
Oh no, apparently that was really good. Persona
it?
games
But it's
are
not
supposed
one
to
of the
be really
classic
good.
games though.
Well, it is just not for you because it's a Japanese game.
Rayman.
What?
What you're saying?
Yeah, your Rayman's
you're,
sick.
you're saying it's one of the 20 best games on the PlayStation.
Probably.
Wait till you see my
Dude,
list.
Rayman is a classic.
Yeah, but it's not one of the 20 best. Resident Evil Director's Cut. Yes, I can agree with that. Ridge Racer Type 4. I can. Oh, that's on it. That's a game changer for
I
me.
like Ridge Racer Type 4.
That is a game changer for me. That's a great game.
I
You
love
can
that
get
game.
all of these games on PC for free.
Oh, so Super Puzzle Fighter, Siphon Filter, yes, that
Mm-hmm.
is amazing. Tekken 3,
Yep.
amazing. Rainbow Six, that is amazing. Twisted Metal,
Apparently, Twisted Metal
Wild
2
Arts.
is like one of the best games
Yeah,
ever.
I heard it's the tits, and then they're like, nah, let's put Twisted Metal in there.
Yeah. The
kinda
second
makes
one
me
like
wonder.
apparently improved on it in every way.
It kind of makes me wonder if they're gonna do like a remaster or something.
Yeah, that's
like,
what people are saying.
So I might
online.
have to actually just on the fly make a quick change here.
Ooh,
Oh, was that racing game on your list?
is Ridge
So
Racer Type
did
4.
I have? So I did have Siphon Filter 2.
Just read what you got.
Yeah, give us your list.
So
Give us
here's what I had, but I think I'm going to swap out Roll Cage for Grand Theft Auto. Is that fair?
Okay.
Because
I don't
Grand
know
Theft
what
Auto
Roll
is
Cage
not.
is, man.
Roll Cage is amazing. That was on my list, but I'm going to put in Grand Theft Auto. So here is my list. Here's my list.
Are you allowed to put in games that have obviously been taken away from the PlayStation Classic for obvious reasons, i.e., like Crash 1, 2, and 3? Are they allowed to be on the list?
They're allowed to be on it.
They're allowed to be on it, yeah.
No, they're not going to release Crash.
Well,
When they
because they-
just made the Crash trilogy.
no,
Well,
I know,
listen, they
but,
ju-
but this is what should be on it. Though.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So
I
okay,
agree.
right here we go. Metal Gear Solid. This is 20 games. Metal Gear Solid.
Yep,
Final Fantasy 7.
yep,
Gran Turismo.
yep.
Crash Bandicoot 2.
I would argue Gran Turismo 2. I thought that was the tits.
Okay. Right, so, alright, let's say Gran Turismo 2 then, right? So, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy 7,
Yep.
Gran Turismo 2,
Yep.
Crash Bandicoot 2,
Oh, aye.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pandemonium,
Oh, that game was awesome. Pandemonium was insane.
Tekken 3,
Yep.
Second one sucked though.
SmackDown 2,
Oh, fuck, aye.
Dino Crisis,
Yep.
Oh, Dino Crisis was sick.
Ridge Racer 4,
Yep.
Future Cop. Did you ever play
Never
that?
played that, no.
Beast. Die Hard Trilogy.
The Die Hard trilogy?
Dude, you never played Die Hard Trilogy?
I don't think so.
Dude, one of the best
It's
games.
pretty common knowledge that they're terrible.
No,
Are they
they're-
shit?
They're amazing. That is an
Pretty
amazing
sure
game.
that we're called terrible.
Ape Escape,
Oh,
Yep.
Ape Escape is classic.
Rainbow Six,
Yep.
Siphon Filter 2,
Yep.
Abe's Odyssey,
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Silent Hill,
Oh, aye.
Oh yeah, something else.
FIFA 98.
Ooh. Interesting. Interesting.
See, what they should have done is had like one game per genre or something.
I'd have Crash 2 and 3 on there. I'd have Crash 2 and 3.
Yeah,
You
but
can't do that.
I feel like they're doing like if you can only put a finite amount of games on it, which obviously they can't. They can put as many as they want, but they're only doing a finite.
Yeah, they're just
amount
being
of money.
dicks. Yeah.
They would put multiple games and multiple titles. Like Final Fantasy VII should be the only Final Fantasy game on it.
No.
6
Yeah.
should probably be on there.
Yeah,
as well. That's
Yeah,
just
and it's
really
like how many games could you easily fit
Yeah.
on like a USB nowadays?
Oh,
you know, you could probably fit every title on it for a very reasonable.
Dude, back in the day, you could get like a fucking Game Boy cartridge that had every single Game Boy game on it. Ever.
That's true.
Yeah.
And like DS games, you get like
you
this
remember-
tiny little SD card that you slot into a little DS thing. You click it in, you have every game.
Do you
Every game.
Do you remember like if your parents would go to like a country where it was easy to buy the stuff? Like I remember when my stepdad would go to Malaysia and he'd come back with 98 in one Game Boy game, and it'd be like Tetris, Mario, and then it'd be like
Tetris clone.
yeah, exactly
clone.
Mario clone. So it'd be like
Tetris 2 clone.
yeah, so there would be like maybe 5 games on it, but like 20 versions, just literally.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Oh.
but we were talking about PlayStation games, maybe not getting them above board. I remember when Dad told us about there was a shop on Leith Walk, which for legal reasons we can't mention, However,
It's
it's to
definitely
do
up
with
front. It's
yeah,
definitely
it's
up front.
it's different. And we won't even say what it's called. But I remember we used to go into this place, and they have TVs from like the 1980s just lying around. The place is just stocked up with TVs. There's obviously nothing legit that goes on here whatsoever. But you go in and you go, "You got PS1 games, mate." And they'd come back and they'd give you a list.
Yeah,
You could
they
pick
give
what
you the
want.
fucking list, yeah.
Yep, and I remember the
And like
day.
the thing is, everyone's dad knew a guy at a pub who
Yes.
knew the connection.
It was my friend, though. My friend told me, but it was like, mate, have you got your... And they didn't physically change anything in the PS1, did they? Like, physically change
no,
anything?
they
in it?
did. You had to take in your PS1.
Yeah, but what did they physically change it? Because I remember my
To
mate
be
was
honest,
like...
it was probably just a giant
yeah.
rip. Yeah, they were
He
probably
popped
just
it up
like,
and was like...
ooh.
He popped up and was like, mate, look at this. And it's like, it's chipped, mate. And I was like, okay.
There's probably like some sort of little thing in it that
I want to know.
you just take out. It's like, boom, you can play anything.
He was like, use 40 quid, mate, and we'll get it chipped for you. And I was like, well, I mean, we could
40
do that.
quid, that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, man.
The
I'm
thing
pretty
is,
sure,
but
I'm pretty sure it was 40
you
quid.
know what's funny?
Look at this. How to chip a PS1, right?
I bet it's piss easy.
So
Oh, yeah.
I bet we could do it right now.
Yeah? You got a PS1?
No. We could do it right now.
You'll chip this N64.
I feel like
oh
this
no,
is
it
going to be
requires.
famous.
So it costs £8 for the chip, but you've just got to solder the chip directly onto the circuit board of the PlayStation console.
Okay, so you have to add a chip.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair
It's not
play.
hard to solder something, though.
Perfect working condition. So it's £8 to buy it.
Well, there you
Directly
go.
on the circuit board. This can be very difficult if you're not familiar with soldering. Dad could probably do that.
I'm
I
familiar
could
with...
do it.
Yeah, I've done soldering shit. I remember we had we've done home improvements to consoles before. My mate had bought an Xbox 360 years ago, right? And was like, oh well, like I'm gonna try and like patch this up and sell it on. So he patched it up, right? But he was like, Ken, what would be amazing? If I spray painted it chrome. So he's fucking spray painted this fucking Xbox 360 chrome. And every time I would go into his house, he'd be like, do you want to come out and help me spray paint this? Because we'd have to like top it up and shit because the paint would always come
Was
off.
he
pish.
the guy like at school that would just like spray paint like controllers and sell them to people?
Yeah, dude, he would
Yeah,
fucking
we had like
take
one guy who just always like came in his bag. He just like would pull out all these controllers and be like, "Here's your controller. Here's your controller."
Dude, he would
Like, you
fucking
pay
he
him
would
in
take
advance.
apart shit. Like he'd be like, I took apart my telly, and he'd be like, but then I forgot how to put it back together. So he just have like parts of TVs lying about that. I was like, well,
Dude,
that's
like
your
those,
problem,
those
bro.
are the kids who are gonna be like the greatest engineers.
See when
Yeah,
Like
see
the
when
ones
I
who
was,
have that drive to take stuff apart and put it back
yeah,
together.
Yeah, that's what he did.
See when I was in P7, I remember or not P7. It was young. It was way younger than that. But when it was, this is when like the internet was first about, and like my dad could get, well, our dad could get it at his work or whatever. So I can't remember where. I think it was at his work, or he might have first got his home printer. But I remember everyone was into cars, and I was like the first kid who could get access to a printer with the internet. And I was like, oh, wait a second. I was like, what if I print off pictures of cars and bring them in? And I remember I'd be like,
And unfortunately, listeners, it's not Cars the Pixar movie. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
it's like actual cars.
but I'd be like,
which is boring.
I'd be like, what car do you want, mate? Someone would go, you got a Dodge Viper, mate. And so I would go away at home, and I'd like print off a Dodge Viper or a Ferrari, and I'd be like, that's 10p, mate. And I'd be like,
You were probably losing money on it.
yeah, well, wait there. I was like, nah, mate, Ferraris are 20p, yeah. Like, but I remember Uncle Drew says, see, what you need to do now is need to think of the business of it. And I was like, what do you mean the business? And he was like, well, how much does it cost to print? How much does it cost to think? And I'm like, you don't listen to me, mate. It's free. I think on my dad's printer. And he's like, yeah, but how much does it cost your dad? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's free for me.
That's such a kid's like mentality. Isn't it?
I know, I'm like, what's he not getting about this? Like, and then in my head, I'm like, oh my God, if I just keep doing this, I'm going to be rich.
Mate, if I do this for the next 64,000 years, mate, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah. And then, like, so basically, fast forward 10 years, and it's like, I'm on the top front of the Forbes magazine, and Dad's like homeless on the street. It's like, I just don't know how it happened. Like, my outgoings just got out of control.
That's like that's the original, the 90s version of like your kid spending all your money on apps.
Yeah,
I mean,
and like
purchases.
Fortnite skins and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, I know I had to keep replacing my printer cartridge, but I didn't realise it was this bad.
Mate, my printer cartridge goes like 10 miles to the gallon, mate. You're just like, Joe Hendry, young mogul, made his money through printouts.
Well, I made like loads. I say loads of money. I made about £40
Oh yeah, tell us about this.
Yeah, the Jawbreakers, selling Jawbreakers. I may have mentioned it before. I can't remember.
Tell us the story.
So I'd buy a pack of 5 Jawbreakers, and after a few months, it turned into packs of 4 Jawbreakers. They tried to cheeky us out.
Cheeky fuckers.
Motherfuckers. But I would sell a 20p bag, and I would sell an individual Jawbreaker for 20p.
Ooh.
So a bag of 5 is £1. So then, and when it came to, I think even when there were 4 Jawbreakers, I still did the full pack for £1. And like people would be smart and be like, but what if I just bought 4? And I'd be like, well, you're not getting the packaging.
Bro, at the end of the day, bro.
I'm like, what, you want to just care about 4 Jawbreakers? Like,
Think of the chaos. You're trying to reach in for your keys, for your phone, and there's just Jawbreakers everywhere. You could fall and die.
And I ended up buying Pokemon Platinum with that money.
Wow.
20p's. And I went up to Asda, and I got my tin full of 20p's and pounds. I was just like, Pokemon Platinum, please.
I'll have 1 Pokemon Platinum, please. And step on it.
With my mum just like in the bag, just like,
She's just like,
so disappointed in
God.
me. I remember I had to muscle someone for money once.
Oh
And I was
my
like,
God.
I can't let him make a mug out of me because he was like, "Oh, I'll get you the money by lunch." And I was
What do
like,
you mean you had to
all
muscle
right.
someone for money?
Well, I got some friends. I was like, "Right, boys, we gotta go intimidate this guy." And this guy's like the tallest guy in my year. He's like the biggest guy. Does rugby. He's really tall. I was like friends with him, but I still was like, "No, this is my empire." Because obviously you're not allowed to sell sweets at school.
Yeah.
So I had the evil empire here. You know, I was a businessman.
You're not doing the dirty work.
So
You're
I got a
getting
couple of
people
my
to do it
mates,
for
and we went up to the field, and we're up to him. I was like, "Where's my money?" And he was like, "I don't have it." I was like,
you. Oh my God, dude.
"Well, okay then."
Yeah.
And that was it.
We'll discuss this. Now, actually, now that you mention that was your empire. Let me tell you about my empire that I had at school, right?
You had quite a few.
For me, it was Pokemon cards,
Ooh.
right? Now, what I would do, right, is I would buy the starter packs.
Yeah.
I would buy many of them because they all came with a shiny Machamp, right? And I'd be like, whoa, oh my God, look at this shiny Machamp. I can't even believe it, man. So I was like, that's amazing. I've never seen that before. I was like, oh, look at your crappy Zapdos. You don't want that crappy Zapdos. And I remember swapping a shiny Machamp for a Zapdos. And I was like,
The thing is, the funniest thing is, you never played it.
no,
Like,
no,
no one ever knew how to
no,
play Pokemon cards. You just got them, and it was like, oh, okay.
But like, I
got
just
my
remember
Pokemon
I was
cards.
like, mate, you know what you want? A Trainer Andy. You know, right? Do you know what the funny thing is? Trainer Andys are now worth loads.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're
They're not
really
really
good
worth
cards.
valuables. By the way, I remember I swindled. There was this guy who was actually
Swindled?
This guy Kieran had actually punched me earlier in the year, and this is how I was going to get him back. I managed to convince him to give me his shiny Charizard for a Zapdos and a shiny Machamp.
Dude, that's bad.
And I was like, dude, I just can't believe I'm giving you 2 shinies for only 1 shiny, but shame on me. And like, I remember when he gave me, and I got the Charizard, and I was just like, I remember me and Dad went to Forbidden Planet, and he was like, Joe, they're buying Charizards for 400 quid, and I was like, Dad, it'll be worth a million in 10 years. And I found my shiny Charizard and went online, and it's worth £4.
Oh,
It's like £8 or
I
something.
thought they were worth loads.
It's a reissue. It's like the second season one. But anyway, I remember. So
They were probably
what I
still
would
only
do-
buying the first edition ones.
So I think I was in P6 or 7 at this time, and I would trade with the year below, basically. So it was a little bit shitty. It was. But I remember going like, oh guys, got to get your shiny Machamps, like. And I remember I just had everything. And I remember, so then they just banned Pokemon cards, and I was like, what? This
Yeah,
is
that's bullshit.
I know. I was like, this is free enterprise. I was like, it's cards. You can't ban them, and it was all because. Oh, and I'll tell you why.
So it was that one
now, this
cunt
is
that
where
fought
this
over them.
bullshit is, right? This is where this bullshit is. You know who you are, bitch, right?
Gary.
No, the playground supervisor.
Oh.
Her son decided to trade with the big man, right?
Wow.
Right? It's not my fault if your son's so much of a little gimp that he's gonna trade away one of his legendary birds for one of my shiny Machamps. That's on you, Hen. That's on your parenting, not on me. Did he come crying to the big man because you want him to retrade? Because it's not happening. It's no happening. And she came to me and I was like, no way is he getting that back. I was like, it's a trick. And I would show her it on the box because I thought it was a total smart ass. I was like, trading card game? They're supposed to be traded? And every and she'd be like, fine then. So she went to the office, told on me, and then managed to get Pokemon cards banned for the entire school.
What
So you're to blame,
bitch.
Oh, the kids to blame.
So do you know what happened when I found out? Do you know what my big rebellion was? Other kids are away like sniffing glue and doing crack and all that nonsense.
Switch to Digimon cards,
do
man.
you know what mine was? I literally got my Pokemon cards, all the shinies that I'd like collected from the playground, and I went right up to her face and I went, well, look at me, I'm playing with my illegal Pokemon cards. And then I ran away, right? And I was like, hee hee.
Such a good.
I know. But I ran away and I was like, hee hee. And then I thought like, oh, I've done so great until
Her fucking ass gonna get you back.
Yeah, my mum got told. My mum got
shit.
told. My mum got told.
That's what
and then they were like, Joe, you've been misbehaving a lot recently.
Miss Hendry, we
And
think
this-
Joe might have some behavioural problems.
Yeah, and they were like, and this is my mum was like, right, we're not mad, we're disappointed. And this is the final straw. You've forced our hand here.
Oh, Christ.
And they were like, you can't go to Jade's party.
No.
Do you know what it's like? You know that episode of The Simpsons where like Bart doesn't get to see the itchy and scratchy movie, and so he goes on to become the Supreme Court Justice. That's what it was like. That was their pivotal moment in my parenting. They were like, "You cannot go to Jade's party," and then it turned out everyone was going to Jade's party. Everyone. And then I remember I was like, so guys, what happened at Jade's party? And they were like, oh mate, it was mental. Everyone was pure getting off me, but it was mental. And I was like, it could have been me. And I remember,
I don't think so. Since you're playing about your Pokemon
that's true.
cards so much.
Joe
You'd probably
remained,
be in the back room trying to trade Pokemon cards with people.
Yes, I would have absolutely been sat by myself in the corner.
Joe remained bitter for years.
Yes.
He became further and further isolated from society.
Yes. But there you go. That was my rebellion.
Holy shit. I remember fuckers used to have the stacks of Pokemon cards like this big, man.
Yeah.
And it'd be the big elastic band, and it'd be like,
Dude.
oh, I need to get another elastic band, mate. You have to get like big stretchy ones to be able to get over it.
You want a throwback? Pogs.
Mate, yeah, see,
Bro, even more? Tazos.
Tazos, mate.
Tazos. Right. Do you know what Pogs are?
Yeah.
I remember
dude,
Tazos.
But they were
Pogs-
still before my time.
Pogs were amazing
Sarah had some.
for a completely unknown reason.
They were just
They were
cardboard.
just
That was
literally.
it.
They were like.
What the fuck did you do with
It
them?
was
they were like-
cardboard discs and you
They were
threw
literally
something at them, right?
They were No one played the game. They were just
What the fuck
literally.
was the
They
game?
were literally cardboard circles with like a little kind of ginger hamster character on them. And the one I remember, the one I had collected was called World Tour, and it was just basically this little ginger hamster guy. In like there was a Scottish one, a Chinese one. It would just be him in a different country, like. I'll show you a
Please
pic-
tell me they were super racist.
I'll show you the Scottish one. So, Pog's World Tour, Scottish Pog.
Here are some pictures that match.
I believe the game was that you stacked them and then threw another Pog at the stack, trying to knock it over.
Knock it over, or do you have to try and get that Pog
So the
in
world,
that Pog's
that
No, I
was the
think it
guy
was
there. That
knocked
was the
over.
guy there. The World Pog Federation. Do you remember that? I remember.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
dude. Who remembers these? Look, there's the Scottish one with the bagpipes, with the tartan on,
From a distance, it looks like the Dairily Dunker cow. Like the laughing cow.
and he has Stimpy's
Oh, there we
nose.
go. Oh, yeah, he does. That's hilarious.
By the way, quick tip: I noticed today in American Dad that one of the characters had Ren and Stimpy slippers, which I now want. But yeah. So what was that? Pogs. Tazos came out. Tazos
What
was
were
like they were like you got Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
What were
And
they?
like all those characters. They
Same
were
things.
Pogs.
Oh, so
but
they
they
were-
had little holes
Right.
in them that you could like stack them and build them and stuff.
Okay.
And you got like little
Shit, yeah!
dude.
Dude, I fucking remember those.
Tazos.
I'm almost sure.
Oh my god. Almost complete. Holy smokes. Almost complete 77 out of 80 Tazos collection. Do you see how much that was? £176.
Holy shit, man.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Yeah, but like, who's buying it?
Yeah, I mean, like, who would buy Tazos as an adult?
Add
Dude,
to cart. Add to cart.
I'm not even joking. I almost bought Pogs online.
Really?
Yeah, just because.
Are they even worth anything now?
No, they're not worth anything. But it was even just like I remember I lost my Pogs. I don't
Oh,
know if
really?
someone nicked them from me, or if I left them somewhere, or whatever. But I lost my Pogs. They were taken from me. And you know, part of me just wanted to invest at $5 and go, I have my Pogs back. It was like when I got the N64. That was a huge moment for me. I could never have an N64 as a kid. Now I have one. I won. I won.
I won, guys.
And a dog.
And a dog.
Never let
Actually, I'm
it
going
go.
to go get my dog.
Go get
You
it.
won
Throw it
everything.
in here.
You won everything. Yeah, I remember when Pokemon cards got banned as well, man. I remember there was one guy who's just like, look what I've got.
My dog is napping.
No.
And he's like, look what I've got. He opens his jacket and it's just like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
We were just like, oh.
See, for me, it was Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That was the big one.
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh
see,
just
I
smashed
got
it.
into Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well,
No,
very
see,
briefly.
You could actually play Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, very
Then you
briefly.
get me much easier to play.
Pish.
Dude,
Mate.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards were sick.
Blue
I
Eyes
used to
White
be in the
Dragon. I
playground.
remember
Yeah,
that shit.
we're just all playing our Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man. You could actually play it. It was a fun activity. It wasn't
Yu-Gi-Oh-
just collecting.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I believe, it was either Yu-Gi-Oh cards or it was Beyblades that were like the last trend that we had.
Beyblades as well. See, my school, my primary school, had a concrete Beyblade pit. It obviously wasn't built for that, but it was like a dome, and there was like little stones sticking out.
Holy
and you used
shit.
to just like let a rip in there.
That's pretty cool.
And like they
That's
would
pretty
hit the
cool.
stones and hit each other, and it was like a legit Beyblade arena.
We had, so do you ever remember like the climbing frames in like the play parks and shit?
Yeah, I almost
and it was
died
like
on
it
one.
was like the well we're not
Yeah, I slipped in the. It was like there was a chain on like the bridge, and my neck was like.
Oh my god. That must have been scary as hell.
I barely remember it.
How old were you?
Don't know, probably about 6.
man,
So,
that
7.
turned out fine.
Who remembers the finger skateboarding craze?
Yeah,
And
dude, I'd play loads
decks.
of those.
We had some
Tech-Decks.
crazy trends as kids. So there was that. Who remembers when yo-yos were in as well?
Dude.
Do you remember yo-yos
not
being
really.
in?
I
I remember
remember.
the yo-yos you got where you go and they'd like be on the bottom and they'd be like stay in there and they would light.
They'd light up,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I remember ones
yeah.
that would light
I
up at the
remember
bottom and it'd be like.
I remember my mate Paul got a yo-yo that was
Sup,
like
Paul?
that was like 200 quid. His parents got him anything. Well, yeah, it was like the professional yo-yo, and I was like, Paul, what the? I was like, this is insanity.
Mate, I can buy two PlayStation 1 classics for that.
Yeah, I could buy 77 out of 80 Tazos for that. Anyway, guys, that
who's
is
laughing now?
I know that is
Oh
an hour
my
and a half.
God.
That is an
Oh,
hour and
wow,
a half.
that just
But
flew.
yeah, this will be the first episode that goes on YouTube.
Could I quickly bring up one last thing?
Go for
No,
it.
thank you.
So I went to go see Bowling for Soup last night.
Oh,
the Usher
how was
Hall. It was really awesome.
Nice.
It was a pretty classic show. It was their almost Christmas tour.
Right.
Because they had like a Christmas album, which they only played like 2 or 3 songs out of. Well, they played all the hits, which was really awesome. But what I wanted to talk about was one of the supporting acts is a band called Not Your Girlfriends. And it is comprised of 3 girls. And 2 of them are 14 and one of them is 12.
Wow.
And
Holy
oh my god,
shit.
they are so good. Like, the drummer, she's 14, and she is nuts. Like, absolute nuts. Insane talent. The bassist is 12, and she has, like, the stage presence of a 20-year-old.
Are they British or?
They're American. They're from Texas.
So they're touring already.
They're touring.
Good
Their
lord.
manager is Jarrett Reddick,
Right.
the lead singer of Bowling for Soup. So, you know, he's taking them on tour and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but still, at their age, they're touring
Yeah.
the UK.
That's mental.
It's insane.
That's amazing for them.
Super
Do you know what? That is awesome. I hope that people in that situation don't fall into the child star trap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
That is a real thing.
Well,
like
yeah.
I was doing an entrance video last week, which I'll need to show you guys. Did you see it? You've seen it. Basically, I did a few references to Macaulay Culkin in it, and it's like you look at where he was.
He's doing good now, though.
He is, yeah.
He's
he
back
is,
on
he is
track.
now. He's quite into wrestling, actually.
Yeah, I heard that, man. I heard that.
I'll
pretty
let you guys see that, but we should probably wrap this. We should
Yeah,
probably
I
wrap
just wanted
this.
to mention that
Yeah,
band.
no-
Know Your Girlfriends. Is
Check them out.
With no D and a Z, which really annoyed me.
Because that's cool, right?
It really annoyed me, but when I found out they were 14 and 12,
You'll let
I was
them
like,
off.
I'll let them off for that.
Yeah,
You'll
they
let
have
them
light
off.
up trainers too, you know?
Yeah.
Because adults don't do that,
Poor
obviously.
grammar.
Why would we do that?
All right. This has been the Joe Hendry Show with Bantz and Jabicus, aka Dave Conrad and Jake.
Howdy.
Social
No,
media.
wait, I should be going over here.
Social media, I am at the Dave Conrad on Twitter and Dave Conrad Official on Instagram and Facebook.
I'm the Jabicus on Twitter and Twitch.
Follow me places. I'm putting more content up, so follow me.
I did another tweet.
Oh,
What was
shit.
it?
I retweeted something about Counter-Strike.
Ah, there you go. We'll definitely check that out. Definitely check that. Mine is at Joe S. Hendry on Twitter, Joe Hendry on Instagram. And most importantly, folks, if you want to support the podcast, go to henryshop.com.
Yep.
Pick yourself up a little something. Yeah.
YouTube channel, has that come up yet?
You
or-
can watch this live when it goes out.
Yep.
Just if you subscribe to twitch.tv/Joe Hendry, you'll get a notification so you can
Well,
watch along
follow.
live. Yeah. Oh, and actually, if this is on
Or
YouTube, this is on YouTube.
We
now,
need
so
fo-
subscribe.
Yeah.
Like the video,
Yeah.
Holy
subscribe.
cow. Wait.
Guys,
I've been
like
training.
it.
I've been
Okay,
training
go
for
it.
years
Let-
for this.
let Jeff
Okay.
host it. Tell you what, I'm going to let you sound it off. I'm going to cut it off the second.
Okay. I'll wait until you're in position, and I'll do it. Right. We ready?
Go for it.
Alright guys, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Remember, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget the bell icon right next to it. See you guys next episode.
Shit, yeah.